Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that operates a little bit differently. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today so we can go through a little bit more about what makes us unique and special and see if it's the right fit for you. I'll go through a little bit of the overview, and then we'll pass it over to Kyle Hershey, our COO. He will go over a demo and actually show some of the back end, how everything works. And then we'll wrap it up with Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager with 28 years of experience of how to put it all together. Let me go ahead and start by sharing my screen here. And hopefully most of you have joined from this page. So hopefully it's familiar, but let me explain a little bit more about what we mean here. So obviously we're all about leads. We're a little bit different. Myself and Kyle, we come from a marketing and technology background. So we've spent millions of dollars on all the different ad platforms and generated leads at massive scales for different companies, all putting it through a different system. So here at the Mortgage Calculator, we are all about unlimited free leads powered by our software, which is a CRM, POS, LOS, all together. And obviously we have AI, which is the new kind of layer that we add on everything. And you'll see some of that integrated. And once you join the team, you'll see more of it as well. Now, what really makes us different? Again, we have a different background, so we're not here from your traditional banker sense. We want to build tools and systems for you guys to expand your business. So you guys all know your best business. You guys all know your book of business. You guys all know your customers. What we want to do is not have to rely on you guys. We want to build from what you guys already have. So we want to give you guys the tools to scale your business instantly using our systems. So what that really means is whether it's company leads or self-generated leads, we want to make sure we can fill your pipeline. So when you plug into our system, our lead generating CRM can create new leads from business you're already doing, or you can plug into all of our different ways to get leads, which Kyle will show you here in a minute, in order to grow your leads with company leads or plug into some self-generated lead campaigns. But whatever way it is, you guys know your business. We want to build a system that adds to what you're already doing. Now, how do we execute this? Mention that our business model is non-delegated correspondent. So we built this business for the last 5 years in all the different models. We started at an FDIC bank, saw some limitations there, went to the broker model, saw some limitations there, went to non-del and del, and we find that the best model for what we do here is non-delegated correspondent, and we're approved with 130 total lenders and investors. So what that means for us, we can broker or correspondent at any time, whatever is best for our borrowers. That's what's most important to us is our borrowers get the best deal. So typically that's correspondent where we're the lender, where we have over 5,000 loan programs from our 32 correspondent investors, where we are the lender, we're funding it with our own money. And that's why correspondent pricing is always going to beat broker pricing for the standard programs, because we're funding those loans with our own money, our own law firm, all the things and the risks that come along with funding our own loans. However, if there's a reason where the customer for some reason doesn't fit with what we can fund typically for correspondent, or for some reason there's a niche that allows the customer to get a better deal, no problem. We have over 105 wholesale lenders for anything that we can't necessarily fund ourselves and get the best deal for the client ourselves. So what's most important to us, no matter what comes in, what type of lead, we want to have the best deal for that customer. Doesn't matter to us whether it's broker or correspondent, we have the same margins on both. So every loan program imaginable, of course, we fund our own standard stuff, VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, non-QM, DSCR. Once you start getting into the commercial, mixed use, CDFI, SBA, fix and flip, all the stuff outside of the standard, that's typically the stuff we would broker. So we want to make sure we have outlets for every single program, and that's what we've built this system for. Now, how do we push those leads through? Obviously, through our technology here. So what you see, what you're looking at here is our website. It's our fully integrated cloud-based website with our AI, POS, CRM, LOS all built in behind the scenes. So everybody instantly gets a website just like this. And really what it is software built for us by us. We've written every line of code for what you're about to see. And really what that breaks down to is one login for you as the LO, one login for your customers, no matter what of the 130 different banks, lenders, wherever we go, we want to make sure both you and your customers get one single experience. So your customers can flow from basically name, email, phone number, the basics, to pulling their own live rates, completing their own 1003, pulling their own credit, setting all their liabilities up in our Encompass-based platform, all without you lifting a finger. But the best part is you don't have to use Encompass. So we have 50 plus API integrations And that's how you can use Encompass without having to log into Encompass. Our CRM obviously integrates with Encompass. All the fields come from Encompass. That's what you have to use as a lender typically. But it operates through the CRM instantly and much easier, and you don't have to log in. Same thing with Optimal Blue. We use that for pricing, industry standard, but you don't need an Optimal Blue login. You just click a button, get the pricing. Same thing with credit. Same thing with account check, VOE, VOI, VOA. Same thing with appraisal works. 5 AMCs at the click of a button, no logins needed. Everything is just a click away with all those different API integrations. And we also have our AI that we mentioned. So one of the parts here to highlight is our proprietary Calvin Dual Oz AI. So a lot of systems have their Dual Oz, but we add Calvin on top of it, which is the name of our AI, to analyze which option may be best for your borrowers and find those little niches. We also have our development staff on hand to put out new features. We issue new releases every single week. So if you have some feature requests that you'd like to see, again, this is built for us, by us. So we want to make sure we always have the best options for you guys. And in all the different models, we found that training and support was definitely lacking, especially in more of the traditional models. So we built everything remote-based. We're all remote-based here. And all of our learning, training, and everything is remote-based. So at any time, you can plug into any of these items. So we have our training center, which is like a classroom. You can access 24/7, 365, learn new things, upgrade to the different items, learn about new leads, all that kind of great stuff. We also do our live podcasts. 5 days a week, we do the Mortgage Rates podcast, which allows our customers and our team members and prospective team members to check out our live rates and new products. We also have our sales training where we go over different tips for our team and prospective team members like yourselves, 5 days a week on our sales trainings. And 2 days a week, we do an in-depth loan officer training where we go into complex loan officer topics, and we do that live 2 days per week on the podcast webinar. We also have our live Zoom support, so our processors are in Zoom room. If you need to get unstuck or figure out what button to click or what to do, go in there, share your screen, they'll help you get unstuck. And we have our knowledge center with thousands of articles, not just from us, but our partners. So with hundreds of lenders and investors, every one of them has their different tips, tricks, guidelines, matrices, webinars, different articles. So they add to there, as well as all of our internal policies. So with one click, you can search pretty much everything. And we also have our Calvin Compliance AI, where Calvin is programmed with all the federal and most of the state regulations to get you unstuck if you're stuck on a compliance issue. You don't have to wait for compliance. You can ask Calvin to give you a tip there. And the final section here, kind of a general catch-all here, something that makes us different. We're very passionate about DSCR business purpose loans. So we love to work with investors, and that allows us to expand our footprint without necessarily getting new licenses. So 44 total states we can do business purpose loans in. Again, we're all about leads. We want to make it very simple for you guys. So unlimited leads at a 50-50 split. Wherever you get them, there's tons of different places Kyle will show you. But whatever it is, if it's a company lead, simple 50-50 split. Anybody in the company can refer deals at any time. So if you're ever uncomfortable or maybe you don't have that state, get your customer in the system, click the button right there to refer a deal. You can still make 75 basis points referring deals to your team members who may have the license or know how to do the fix and flip loan or the complex loan that you're working on. And you still communicate with your customer, help that loan through, and earn some great commission on there as well. And leads, we're all about leads. So whether you want to set up your own leads or you already have leads going, we can show you how to import those with our webhook. And no monthly fees. Again, we're from more of a technology marketing background. Again, what you see is what you get. We want to be very transparent and open. And there's no monthly fees because we built all this software. We don't have to pay for outside software. We built everything for you guys to have it all built in. And just to throw it on top, we have our Calvin AI Loan Officer Assistant. It's a little hard to show everything, but Kyle will show you a couple of places where he integrates into the system and allows our loan officers to get a leg up. And here's a replay video. If you ever get lost, go ahead and check out the video here on the website. But let's get into the compensation plans, which is why most of you are here. So we'll start with our senior loan officer plan. Obviously, the goal is to get everybody upgraded to the top plan here. So 200 basis points is the standard commission here for conventional non-QM. That's 2% for those not familiar. And again, very simple 50-50 split. So if you take a company lead, that's 100 basis points or 1% for conventional and non-QM, the stuff we're used to. Now, our senior loan officers obviously get everything that everybody gets, but they also get the best types of leads, which are those referrals from your teammates. If your teammate is trying to do a loan for their spouse or themselves, or doesn't have the state license for their client, they still want to work with their client, they're going to click that refer button. That's not a lead, right? That's a ready, willing, and able client with a teammate ready to help you as well. So those are the best types of leads where you get a teammate attached as well. And obviously all of our senior loan officers have unlimited access to all the different leads. Kyle will show you a bunch of different places those exist. And the bonuses, our senior loan officers can get bonuses for people that are already building their business. Again, we want to add to your business. So if you're already rocking and rolling, no problem. 25 basis points bonus for anything over 2 million and 50 basis point bonus for anything over 5 million. So anybody rocking and rolling, no problem. We'll get you as much comp back as we can. And for those that like to teach and grow their team, you can upgrade to a team leader, help them structure their files, disclose their files, all that good stuff, and earn an extra 25 basis points from your team members, helping collaborate with them. Now to get up to there, the regular loan officer plan, we renamed it a little bit loan officer in training, so it makes a little more sense when you're learning the different systems. So for your deals while you're learning the systems, 150 basis points, that's on 150 basis points on conventional non-QM, that's 1.5%. And if you take a company lead while you're still learning the systems, no problem, 75 basis points on all the company leads. That's 0.75% for those not familiar. And while you're learning the non-Del system to be a lender, still have access to all the websites, you still have the AI integration, access to unlimited leads. Kyle will show you all that great stuff. Access to the good leads coming in, click to claim once you pass those tests to access those leads. And you can always click the button to refer deals to a senior LO if you haven't quite passed the different tests to upgrade to being a non-delegated and doing those things. But you want to give your customer the best deal, no problem. Click that button, team up with your teammate, and learn how to do that deal. Maybe it's a fix and flip, maybe it's a commercial deal you've never done, no problem. And we are licensed in 24 states for primary and second homes. And as I mentioned, we love doing business purpose, 44 total states, so we can originate 20 additional for our DSCR business purpose without having to get new licenses. So great opportunity for us to all earn more revenue. So now these plans are a little bit simplified from what they were before. So hopefully this makes sense. If you guys have any questions, please drop them in the chat. But let's have Kyle show you a little bit of the back end and show you how all this works. So if you're ready, Kyle, have you go ahead and take over. You're muted there still.
Sorry about that. Okay, absolutely. So I'm going to just run through a couple of things here just to show you a little preview of the back end. When you come on board, of course, you'll do full trainings on this and stuff, but just want to show you the back end. So our CRM here, just like any other CRM, you create your notes, send your emails and texts, and it all piles up here. So you can see the history. You can set reminder tasks for yourself. You can put people on automated drip campaigns to email them and text them on your behalf for years, right? One of the cool things here is our AI assistant. You can have Calvin, our AI assistant, type up emails and texts for you. So if you don't like typing them all up and want somebody to auto respond, you can press one button and he'll type out an email based on what you and the client have been talking about, right? So pretty cool feature there. Now, what really starts to set our CRM apart is our quoting system. So within 2 minutes, you can take a few pieces of info you get from the client without pulling their credit or anything. You can click this button right here, which is going to pull up all of our pricing through Optimal Blue from all of our different investors. So you can select the pricing to show your client. And within 2 minutes, the system can send them a text and an email with a nice, pretty quote that looks like this, where they have their rate choices. They can scroll over these things and see what they mean. It pulls in the Google map automatically, the Zestimate automatically, the proposed loan info and breakdown here, the breakdown of the taxes, insurance, the lender fees here, as well as you as the loan originator. And you can attach your realtors to these quotes. So your realtor partners, they absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, not only can you quote them within minutes, but you can also attach the realtor to it so they can see what's going on, and you're keeping them in front of their client's face. You're saying, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line. Now, does your realtor want to refer deals to a loan officer who doesn't quote them in minutes and doesn't put them on the quote, or are they going to want to refer them to you knowing that you're putting them and attaching them to everything that you're doing here, right? That's a pretty obvious one. The realtor wants to be included and stay in front of their client's face. Now, the coolest part about this is the client can click start my loan application right there, and it takes them right into their borrower portal. So let me show you what that looks like here. See, in their borrower portal here, they can start their loan application. They fill out the full 1003 here in our system. They don't have to leave the page. It's going to request the basic documents we're going to need, and they can upload them right here. It's going to show them their loan info, the milestone of where their loan is at, which of course automatically updates as you go through the milestones on the back end of doing your loan. And they can communicate with you through here as well. So it takes them into their borrower portal right away after they want to move forward with the quote. Now, let me show you what this looks like on your end here. So on your end, you can see how much they filled out their application. This test one is 100% complete. You can help them upload the documents, right? You can also request documents. Let's say you need, the copy of a lease, right? You can click Save Changes, and now it's going to be asking them for a copy of the lease, right? You could also request to change the whole packet and say, you know what, this is going to be a VA self-employed loan, and then it's going to only ask them for the documents needed for that type of loan. You can also request signatures through here and say, hey, I need a gift letter signature, and of course, they can go into their borrower portal and sign it right there through a legal e-sign without having to leave the page. And of course, you can request custom documents as well. Now, once your client has finished their 1003 application, they agree when they submit it for us to pull credit. We pull credit instantly and automatically. Your client doesn't have to pay for it up front. You don't have to pay for it up front. We pay for it, so it's seamless, and we pull credit right then as they submit their application. That way, now that they've submitted their application, you can pull up our Encompass API right here. As Nick said, we don't have to use the slow, desktop version of Encompass. We can use our API right here. And when you pull up your Encompass API here, the 1003 is already going to be loaded into here, and the credit is already going to be loaded into here. So you can just pull this up and originate your whole loan. As Nick said, we have our dual AUS here, our dual automated underwriting, where you can run Fannie and Freddie underwriting at the same time with the click of a button. And then our AI assistant, Calvin, is going to analyze the result and tell you which one would be better for this client's situation. So not only can you order dual automated underwriting, but you have the assistant there to tell you, hey, this one might look better than this one because of this, right? So absolutely great there. Now, once you've actually originated the loan and you're in the process of doing it, we have our Calvin AI Assist here that can order the VOA, VOI, request insurance, request title, cancel the loan for you, lock the loan for you, right? So all kinds of good stuff there. Now, once you've actually originated the loan and you're starting, it's in underwriting and you're getting your conditions in this same page here, you're going to get your underwriter conditions right here, and you're going to see them, and you can either upload the document to fulfill the condition, or you could dispute the condition and kick it back to the underwriter with your reason of why you're doing so. So you see here how we can take a client from being just a name, email, phone number to communicating with the client, quoting the client, gathering the 1003 from the client, pulling the credit, gathering the documents, originating the loan, and even fulfilling the underwriter conditions, all within this one system from start to finish, right? So now let's talk about where these leads come from in the first place. Now, first and foremost, you're going to be getting leads from us through our text messages. So our Facebook ads, those are our most effective lead type. So as soon as somebody clicks on one of our ads and double opts in to be contacted, you get a text message to your phone instantly letting you know that there is a new lead. You click the link and you call the lead right then within seconds. It's all about calling them within the first minute. So those leads coming in instantly, and our leads are always exclusive. We never share leads at all, right? So those are the hot, fresh ones coming in. Now, another way that we provide leads for you is through our auto dialer. So we have an auto dialer here, just like any other dialer. You can call 300-400 people in a day. If they don't answer, you can press a button that automatically drops a text message and an email to them from you, letting them know you called and to, contact you back, right? With the click of a button. And we already have leads loaded in here for you. So see, we have DSCR leads in here for you. We have purchase leads. We have bank statement leads. So these are real leads as well. And then we also have cold call leads in here. If any of the other leads run out, we have realtor lists in here where you can call hundreds of realtors in a day to build relationships with them and get referrals. So the auto dialer is here, and it's always full with leads for those who want to put in work and drum up business, right? So that's two of the ways that we provide leads in our system. Now, another way to work leads in our system is that you can purchase your own campaign and we can run that campaign for you. So those same leads that we're giving you on a 50-50 split that we pay for, you could also pay for your own campaign for those same exact leads. And there is no 50-50 split on the back end, right? So we're going to give you free leads all day. But if you want to boost your pipeline with even more leads without a lead split on the back end, you can do so. And what we do is we just copy our campaigns that we've already proven out, and we just put your budget on it. And those leads just go straight to you, and there is no lead split on them, right? So that's another way. Not only do we give you free leads all day, but you can purchase some of those same exact leads and have no split on the back end. And of course, you'll have even more leads, right? Because you're still going to get the free leads we're giving you, but you would also, on top of that, get these leads. Now, another way that we provide you to work leads here is through our import leads tab here. So you all will have your custom webhook here, and you can use Zapier to bring in those, and the instructions are here, to bring in those leads from anywhere else that you purchase leads. So if you're purchasing leads maybe already from a legitimate lead source like Zillow or LendingTree or Free Rate Update or something like that, you can use your webhook to bring them into our system in real time. So as soon as that lead comes in from, let's say a Free Rate Update, it automatically goes into your CRM. You're notified by our CRM letting you know, hey, you have a new Free Rate Update lead. That way you can call them, quote them, gather their documents, pull their credit, all that kind of stuff, just like any other lead that we give you, right? So there's basically every way possible to work leads we provide for you here in this system. So as Nick said, we are all about leads, and we try to provide you with leads every way possible. So now I'm going to have Jose talk a little bit about the support that we provide here, and talk a little bit about how we bring the technology and leads together to actually close loans. So Jose has 28 years of experience as both a loan officer and a realtor, and he is an integral part of the support provided here. So Jose, let's talk about that, and then we will open it up to questions.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for joining us for the webinar and joining the mortgage calculator. So definitely a lot going on. You see the great leads program that we have and the amazing technology. So it's just a matter of time that you will be receiving loan applications. So it's pretty easy how we have it. A lot of prompts going on. So, but at first, let me start with the Knowledge Center, right? And then we're going to get into how the whole process happens. Our Knowledge Center is digitized version indexing of everything that we do at the mortgage calculator, right? So it is database, easily accessible. Everyone has logins to the Knowledge Center. You simply log in, go to the search bar if you are unsure what section to find it in, key in, type in your keyword, and in less than a second, you will have many options at your disposal on that topic. So for example, you're going to be disclosing a file, you want to know how to disclose, go in there, type disclose. You'll get a number of articles where you can easily click and get guidance on disclosing files. So pretty much everything that we do is there. So if you're a guidelines fanatic like I am and like to read processes, by all means, you will not be lost. It's just a simple click away, less than a second, and you'll get all the information that you need. However, mind you, you do need clarification on those items. Sometimes you may not totally understand what is there. That's perfectly understandable. We have many layers of resources here at your disposal. We have our Zoom room, which is manned by experienced in-house processors during work hours. So you can go into the Zoom room, you can jump right in there and ask away, and they will take care of you with most of your needs, except for loan structuring, right? You're not going to go into the Zoom room and have them structure your loans, because that is what your branch leader is for. We do have branch leaders where the MLOs will be assigned to those branch leaders as soon as they're cleared for loans, and those branch leaders will assist you with many things. For example, soon as a loan application comes in, you get an email alert that your customer submitted a loan application. Your branch leader also gets the alert. Management also gets the alert. Everybody's quickly jumping in, reviewing the file, right? Real easy, because you just click on a link, takes you right to the CRM, to the contact. We get to see all the notes. We get to see the quote that was set up. We get to see customers report, self-reported credit score, and all the other information regarding to that deal. So we can quickly and easily start giving you guidance on that loan application as well, your team leader. You will then set up a structure meeting as soon as possible to go over that new loan application with your branch leader to make sure that you understand everything about that loan type, and to ensure that your loan is basically starting off on the correct trajectory. Because we go start off on the incorrect trajectory, sometimes it's impossible to bring it back into alignment regarding customers' expectations and the reality of their situation. So you go off. Now you met with your team leader, you compile your file, all the documents needed on it, and then we have two business channels. One business channel is brokered, our wholesale channel, where you're a broker, and the other business channel is non-delegated correspondent, where we are the lender. Both loan files would need to be reviewed with your team leader prior to getting them disclosed. If you're a broker on the file, wholesale channel, once your team leader reviews it, gives you the green light, you run to the lender's portal to get that file submitted and disclosed and submitted to underwriting. If it is a non-delegated file where we are the lender, you will meet with your team leader. And once your team leader reviews the file with you and we confirm everything is okay, your file will be disclosed right there on the spot when we are the lender. At that point, once the file is disclosed, it goes to, and everybody signs, you sign, borrower signs, it goes to intake. Now, let me step back a minute. On the brokered file, right, we're not disclosing that file, gets disclosed by the lender, then you start processing your file. On brokered files, we do give you the option to use either use third-party processing or to self-process the file if you feel like you're up to it. You got the knowledge, you got the capacity to process that file. You can choose to self-process it, save your customer the processing fee, right? Make your file a little bit more competitive. But again, I only recommend this if you are really ready to self-process that file. Otherwise, you're going to submit it to third-party processing. Non-del file, we have in-house processing on all those files. So that file will go to intake. Intake duties will be completed on the file. Part of the intake duties will be to register it on the portal of your choice and to submit to underwriting. So once your file is disclosed, if it's not ready to be submitted to underwriting, you need to let us know, and then we'll complete intake and won't submit to underwriting. Maybe you need some additional documents in there. You don't want it to go to underwriting. unless it's more complete, for example, regarding income, totally understand that. However, once intake is completed, it is registered, it is submitted to processing, it will be assigned to a processor. And you will receive the email, intake has been completed. At that point, you reach out to your processor, have a meeting of the minds, confirm who's going to get what, how the loan's going to be dealt with, and you're off to the races now, completing your file. The file is already in underwriting. As soon as an underwriting decision is reached, you have a conditional approval. Your loan processor will reach back out. They will upload that approval, conditional approval into the file. They will update the conditions in the file to reflect the investor conditions, and then you will work together with your processor to obtain the needed docs from the borrower to submit back to underwriting to clear conditions. So once you do submit back to underwriting, you get that clear to close. The file then goes to our closing department, where our closing manager and closing assistant will work with our fulfillment company, the one that generates our packages and reviews all our docs for compliance. And then your loan will be cleared to close, you close, and hopefully get many new referrals from those customers. So keep in mind, we do have two channels that we operate in, the wholesale channel and the non-delegated channel. So a lot of assistance that you will receive throughout the process. So I do look forward to you all joining up with the mortgage calculator.
All right, so let's talk about the next steps, and then we'll open it up to questions here. So when you're ready to move forward, you're going to go to the mortgagecalculator.com/join, and you're going to sign up here, right? And that is going to take you to fill out some information, and then it's going to pull up the compensation agreement. Now, you don't need to sign it right then. It emails you a copy as well, so take your time. But once you do sign that initial agreement, that's what kicks off all of the next steps, right? So sign that initial agreement when you're ready to move forward. That'll kick off the next steps of sending you the rest of the employment agreements, sending you, getting your employment ID documents, walking you through how to allow us to sponsor your license. So all that kind of good stuff is going to be kicked off by you signing the initial agreement. So again, come here, the mortgagecalculator.com/join, sign up here. It's going to take you right to that initial compensation agreement. You don't need to sign it right then. Take your time. It's going to email you a copy. And once you sign that, that will kick off all of the next steps. So with that being said, Nick, let's go ahead and stop recording, and we will open it up to questions. Put any questions you have in the Q&A